Hello. Hope you enjoy our video. Planet 9 and the Solar System. The search for planets beyond Neptune. In 1906, Percival Lowell, who founded the Lowell Observatory in Flagstaff, Arizona, began a search for the missing planet, which he called Planet X. He believed that the planets Uranus and Neptune were displaced from their predicted positions by the gravity of the unseen planet X. This thesis, however, was shown to be incorrect. It is now known that the discrepancies between the predicted and observed positions of Uranus and Neptune were not caused by the gravity of an unknown planet. But, in fact, the discrepancies were due to an erroneous value for the mass of Neptune. In 1976, Zecharia Sitchin, in his book entitled The 12th Planet, hypothesized the planet Nibiru. He believed this hypothetical planet of Nibiru to be in an elongated, elliptical orbit in our solar system, according to Sumerian mythology. Sitchin's books have sold millions of copies worldwide. In 1984, scientists suggest the existence of a star named Nemesis that could account for the cycle of mass extinctions on Earth every 26 million years. The dwarf star called Nemesis was assumed to periodically shower the Earth with comets. However, in 2011, NASA news release claimed that recent scientific analysis no longer supports the idea that extinctions on Earth happen at regular, repeating intervals, and thus, the Nemesis hypothesis is no longer needed. As of 2012, over 1,800 brown dwarfs have been identified and none of them are inside the solar system. In 1999, astronomers suggest that orbits of comets are pushed around by a Jupiter-sized planet called Tyche, a gas giant which lurks in the outer solar system. According to Greek mythology, Tyche was the good sister of Nemesis and the Greek goddess of fortune and prosperity. In 2014, NASA announced that the WISE survey had ruled out any object with Tyche's characteristics, indicating that Tyche as hypothesized by Matisse, Whitman, and Whitmire does not exist. In 2003, a minor planet called Sedna is discovered with an elliptical orbit of 11,400 years which is being nudged by an outside body. Sedna is at a distance of about 86 astronomical units from the Sun, about 3 times as far as Neptune. Sedna has a highly elliptical orbit around the Sun, which means it ranges in distance from 76 astronomical units, AU, at perihelion, 114 billion kilometers or 71 billion miles, to 936 AU, 1,400 billion kilometers or 870 billion miles, at aphelion. Sedna is named for the goddess Sedna of the deep, dark, and bleak places. In 2005, a minor planet called Eris is discovered and becomes the second largest dwarf planet in our solar system. It has an orbital period of about 560 years. It is encircled by its moon called Dysnomia. In myth, Eris is the Greek goddess of discord, but there are 2 Erises. The first is the daughter of Nyx who gave birth to a litter of nasties including Dysnomia, lawlessness. The second Eris is the sister of Ares. Here it is noted that the minor or dwarf trans-Neptunian planets orbiting the Sun, Sedna and Eris, were both discovered by Michael E. Brown, Chad Trujillo, and David L. Rabinovitz. In 2014, an all-sky survey from the Wide Field Infrared Survey Explorer, WISE, satellite eliminates planets beyond Pluto the size of Saturn or larger as far out as 10,000 astronomical units. And lastly, in 2016, astronomers at the California Institute of Technology in Pasadena find evidence of a Neptune-sized planet with an orbit of 15,000 years. Planet 9 is not Nibiru. The Nibiru cataclysm is a supposed disastrous encounter between the Earth and a large planetary object, either a collision or a near miss, which certain groups believe will take place in the early 21st century. Believers in this doomsday event usually refer to this object as Planet X or Nibiru. The idea that a planet-sized object will collide with or closely pass by Earth in the near future is not supported by any scientific evidence and has been rejected as pseudoscience and an internet hoax by astronomers and planetary scientists. The idea was first put forward by Nancy Lieder in 1995. She founded the website Zeta Talk. Lieder claims to be a contactee who receives messages from aliens from the Zeta Reticuli star system through an implant in her brain for the purposes of warning mankind that the object would pass through the inner solar system in May 2003, which did not happen, causing Earth to undergo a physical pole shift that would destroy most of humanity. The prediction eventually was circulated and embraced by numerous internet doomsday groups, most of which linked the event to the 2012 phenomenon. Since 2012, the Nibiru cataclysm has frequently reappeared in the popular media, being associated with news-making astronomical objects such as Comet Ison or Planet 9. Although the name Nibiru is derived from the works of the ancient astronaut writer Zecharia Sitchin and his interpretations of Babylonian and Sumerian mythology, he denied any connection between his work and various claims of a coming apocalypse. In sum, Planet 9 most likely exists, and in a number of ways, resembles the idea of Nibiru. However, the idea of Nibiru comes with a lot of baggage, such as, it was inhabited by aliens who came to Earth, it will cross into the heart of our solar system and create havoc. These aspects of Nibiru do not appear plausible. So no doomsday. The current situation regarding Planet 9. Because Pluto has been demoted from planetary status to a minor planet, Planet X, or Planet 10 is now referred to as Planet 9. Nevertheless, here is what is now known about Planet 9. Planet 9 is most likely closer to its aphelion, furthest from the Sun in its elliptical orbit, with a dim glow of 25th magnitude. When furthest from the Sun, Planet 9 would appear in the sky toward the arm of the constellation Orion. When it is near its perihelion and looking towards the constellation Ophiuchus, its brightness would be a magnitude 18. Planet 9's existence is evident by noting that the orbits of trans-Neptunian bodies have been pushed inward closer to Saturn's orbit. In addition, the orbits of several bodies have been twisted relative to the point of almost being perpendicular to the plane of the disk of our solar system. With such effects, we can infer a number of things about Planet 9. For instance, we can estimate its mass, orbit, and distance from the Sun. It is estimated that Planet 9 is about 10 times the size of Earth, and its orbit is inclined by 30 degrees. Its distance from the Sun is estimated at 600 AU, on average, noting that it has an extremely elliptical orbit. Our inability to precisely define where Planet 9 lies in the sky is complicated by the fact that we don't have complete orbital knowledge of the recently discovered trans-Neptunian bodies. If we had such a database, it would be possible to pinpoint it. Unfortunately, we just have bits and pieces about outer solar system bodies, such as Sedna and Eris. And even though we can infer Planet 9's orbit and mass, we cannot determine exactly its orbital position. But, until Planet 9 is actually caught on camera, it remains a theoretical topic of discussion. Nevertheless, the existence of Planet 9 is a compelling idea. The ancient Sumerians and their understanding of our solar system. According to Zecharia Sitchin, ancient Sumerian texts reveal that they viewed the heavens as having 12 planets. It is also clear from inscriptions that they included the planet Pluto and other solar system bodies such as the Sun and Moon. But with the prediction of Planet 9, which has an elliptical orbit in the outer solar system, we are somewhat in sync with the ancient Sumerians. Although modern-day critics point out misinterpretations, through the literalism of myths in his work, at the time of his studies, very few people and only specialists could read such ancient texts. In fact, these texts laid around for decades before being decoded. Interestingly, Planet 9 exhibits retrograde motion. This means it moves backwards relative to other bodies in the solar system, that is, it moves in the opposite direction. The fact that Planet 9 exhibits retrograde motion, is inclined by 30 degrees, and is a very large planet far out where it ought not to be, means that Planet 9 was captured from another solar system, that passed close enough to our Sun to either create our solar system, about 4.5 billion years ago, or alter our solar system at a later time. Future searches beyond the Kuiper belt. Here it noted that the Large Synoptic Survey Telescope, LSST, is expected to come online in 2022 or 2023. It will do an all-sky survey and will fill in tens of thousands of objects in the Kuiper belt. Most likely, we'll find hundreds of distant objects like Sedna, which will be affected by things that are even farther out. They will be detected by patterns in the outer solar system. Roughly 200 to 400 times Earth's distance from the Sun, or about 10 times Pluto's distance. Our solar system is undergoing major changes. Something is affecting the entire solar system, says a number of scientists. Radical changes are occurring and at a fast pace. Sun. Its magnetic field is changing. In fact, the Sun's magnetic field is 230% stronger. Venus. 2,500% increase in auroral brightness, and major global atmospheric changes have taken place in the last 40 years. Earth. Quickly changing weather patterns and geophysical changes, 5 times greater seismic activity for earthquakes, and 4 times for volcanism. These are occurring with greater frequency and greater strength. The Earth axis is changing and the speed of the pole shift is accelerating. Earth is quickly losing its magnetosphere, about 5% per decade. This is accompanied by a fast pole shift. Moon. It's growing an atmosphere rapidly. Moreover, there's a 6,000 kilometer deep layer of natrium that wasn't there before. Natrium, formerly sodium, is used as a coolant in the nuclear industry. Mars is experiencing global warming and related storms. Also, the planet's ice caps are disappearing. Jupiter, 200% plus increase in brightness of surrounding plasma clouds. This is likely due to the passage of our solar system into a giant cosmic plasma cloud. Radiation spots have recently flared up, once again. Cloud formation is thicker than normal. Also, the planet is experiencing a high level of space rocks raining down on it. Saturn. There is a major decrease in the equatorial jet stream velocities in the last 30 years. This is accompanied by a surge of X-rays from its equator. Uranus. Big increases in brightness and global cloud activity, and atmospheric disturbances. Neptune. 40% increase in atmospheric brightness, even as it drifts further out into space. Our solar system is plunging into an interstellar superheated cosmic plasma cloud. The glowing plasma has increased by 1000% as our solar system moves deeper into it. Scientists say that we are moving into a new space region which has much higher energy levels. This all adds up to something very significant that affects our entire solar system. Passage through this cosmic cloud will change our solar system dramatically. Perhaps we should thank God that the Sun's magnetic field is increasing. Since 1901, the Sun's magnetic field is 230% stronger. If it did not grow in strength, we'd be doomed, because the superheated cosmic cloud would bombard Earth with more deadly cosmic rays than ever has been the case, and at a time when our own magnetic field is collapsing. The end.